What's going on, people? Troops TV back again. Obviously, it's time for the weekend fixture preview show. So let's get into this one right now. Obviously, the weekend starts in Leicester this weekend, where Leicester entertain Liverpool. Obviously, last weekend, Leicester beat Southampton. Another victory for Leicester. They're looking like they're going to be pushing for Europe this year, you get me? They're looking very good. Liverpool, they got themselves another win last week, you get me? 1-0 against Brighton, which put them top of the league. Salah getting another one. But this game now, yeah, obviously, City dropped points last week, innit? And I thought Liverpool would drop points at Palace. But this is a game now where if Liverpool get this one, yeah, and make it 4 out of 4, then blood. Like, I know it's early, but that is two very difficult away grounds to go to and get the win in it, you understand? But in this one, I personally believe that I think it will be a draw, you get me? I'm going for a 1-1 in this one. The next game goes down in London. Obviously, it's Palace against Southampton. Now, last week, Palace lost away to Watford 2-1, but Zaha did get a goal, another goal for him. Southampton, obviously, they lost to Leicester, you get me? And Southampton look like they're in big trouble this year, you get me? They didn't really make a lot of signings. And the football they're playing, like, yeah, they got a banging goal. I think Bertrand got it, but like, they have just been poor, you understand? They've been poor this year. I feel sorry for Southampton fans. You lot are in for a rough one this year. Palace, you get me? They've started off well. They got a win in their first game, and I think they won their second game. I'm not too sure, but obviously they lost their last game. But they've been on decent form this year. Started the season off well, and I can't see nothing but a Palace win. I'm going for a 2-0 Palace in this one. The next game that goes down in Merseyside. Everton entertain Huddersfield. Now, Everton drew last week 2-2 away at Bournemouth. Obviously, Richarlison got sent off, so he's not going to be playing in this game. Walcott got a goal. Walcott's got like 2 goals this year, you get me? Like, Walcott will get goals, but for me, it was the right time for him to leave the club, you get me? Let's not get that. Let's not twist anything in it. It was the right time for Walcott to leave, but he is a man that will get goals in it. It's just that he will start the season off well, and then he'll just fade, innit, you understand? And he's just gone for the whole season. I hope that don't happen to him at Everton. I hope he still kicks on. Huddersfield, now, they have been holding hella corn, fam, you get me? They got spanked in their first game at home, 3-0 against Chelsea. Then they went to City and lost 6-1. And then last week, obviously, they drew 0-0 with Cardiff. Away from home, they got their first points. But it's been a hard start for Huddersfield, you get me? But I do believe they will go down. And in this game, I do believe they will hold some more corn. I'm going for a 3-1 Everton in this one. Then we go down to Brighton. Obviously, Brighton entertained Fulham. Now, after their great victory against United, they went up to Anfield and lost 1-0, but they put in a great performance. Brighton are looking pretty decent, you understand? I'm not going to lie. I put Brighton as one of the teams that I thought would go down. But you get me? They looked, they were poor in their first game of the season, let's be real. They were shocking. I don't even think they had a fucking shot. Their second game, obviously, they won against United at home. They was unlucky at Anfield. They entertained Fulham, like I said. Obviously, Fulham got their first victory of the season last weekend. 4-2 at home against Burnley. Obviously, Mitrovic was moving fucking mad in that game. Could have got a hat-trick, got himself 2. Schürrle got himself a goal as well, his first goal for Fulham. Obviously, I think Tom Caney's injured. I think that's what's going to kind of hurt their midfield a bit. But I still think Fulham will do well down there. I do think Fulham will get a point. I'm going for a 1-1 in that one. Then, obviously, Chelsea entertained Bournemouth. Now, Chelsea went up to Newcastle last week, and it's the first time they went up there for a while. You get me? They got the 2-1 win. Obviously, was it a penalty? Wasn't it a penalty? It was a soft penalty, but it was a penalty. You get me? There was contact with Alonso. But the guy did get the ball, innit? Understand? Let's be real. The guy did get the ball first, but the trailing leg got him, you get me? So that's why the ref gave it. Obviously, the equaliser for Newcastle. Yeah, his elbow was up, but I don't think he was going to elbow Giroud, innit? You get me? Because when they scored, Giroud rose like Undertaker, blood. He was moving like the Phenom, fam, you get me? And obviously, Chelsea got the winner. The own goal from Yedlin after putting that great ball in for Joselu. That was very unlucky from Newcastle. But obviously Chelsea got the win. That's their 3 out of 3 for Chelsea. Bournemouth obviously drew with Everton at home 2-2. but they got a man sent off, Adam Smith, so he won't be allowed to play in this game. Bournemouth, I remember they beat Chelsea a few years back at the Bridge, but the way Chelsea are playing at the moment, you can't see nothing but a Chelsea win really, and I'm going for a 2-0 Chelsea in this one. West Ham, obviously they play Wolves. Now, West Ham lost to us last week, but they were very unlucky, you get me. They created hella chances, blood, you get me. If they took their chances, they probably would have come out with at least a point, you get me, but they never took their chances, a bit like us against Chelsea. Wolves, obviously they drew at home against City. Great performance from Wolves. Them and they're looking like like I said, I think they'll stay up, and they're looking like they will stay up. You get me? They're playing decent football. They got some ballers down there as well. The goal was a handball with VAR. The goal wouldn't have stood, but I think Wolves did deserve to get something out of that game. But in this game, like, I think the way West Ham performed against us, and obviously they got the win midweek against A.F.C. Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup, I believe West Ham will get their first win of the season, and I'm going for a 3-2 West Ham in this one. Obviously, City entertain Newcastle at the Etihad. Now, City are going to want to bounce back after dropping points last week, you get me. The Wolves keeper made some great saves as well, you get me. Great save from Sterling, tipped onto the bar. Obviously, Kun hit the post, then he hit the bar in the last minute. Laporte got his first goal for City, so obviously City will want to bounce back. Newcastle, they'll feel hard done by, obviously, the way they've lost to Chelsea and the way they lost their first game of the season to Tottenham at home, and obviously they drew their second game away. So Newcastle have only got a point, so they'll be looking to get something out of this, but I can't see them getting nothing out of this, especially because City are at home, you get me. You can't see no other thing than probably a City win, and I'm going for a 3-1 City in this one. Then obviously we have Watford against Tottenham, a little London derby, you could call it, the Hertfordshire boys, you get me. Obviously Watford, like I said last week, they beat Palace 2-1. Watford looking mad, blood, you get me. Pereira's looking mad, Deeney's looking hella fit. Like, Watford are looking like they're going to do bits this year, you get me. They're going to be a little problem. Obviously Tottenham, they had a great victory last weekend, or should I say last Monday. The Monday Night Football went up to United and got the win. We have blood. It's hard watching them win like that, you get me, but they did deserve it. But that's all I'm going to say on that one. But in this one, I think Tottenham will drop points. I hope they do drop points, I'm not going to lie. I hope Watford can put in that performance. I'm going for a 2-2 in this one. And then the last game is Burnley against Man United. Now, obviously, Burnley lost to Fulham last weekend. They lost 4-2. Burnley, they went out as well midweek in the Europa League to Olympiacos 4-2 on aggregate. And Burnley have had a poor start to this season. They had such a great start to the season last season. This season they've been shocking, and I think the Europa League's got something to do with it still, you understand? These men are not used to playing 2 games a week, and this 2 games a week thing has just fucked up their whole thing, blood. Obviously they play United. Now United lost to Tottenham last week. That was their second loss in a row, because obviously they lost to Brighton, and Mourinho's in problems, you get me. He's walking out of the press conference talking about respect me. But for me, like, it's a bit funny Mourinho asking for respect, you get me, because I'm sure like this brother called Wenger, specialist in failure, I'm sure he called Conte a cheat, you get me. Like, he said some shit about Rafa. Like, it's funny that, you get me, he's trying to talk about respect. Like, the way he's going about it is mad, fam, you get me. Like, you don't need to go about it like that. But are the United players going to turn up for him in this game? I don't know, fam, you get me. Like, the first half they turned up against Tottenham, but second half they capitulated, blood, you understand? Totally capitulated. From the first half, you would not have expected that to happen in the second half, you get me. You would not have expected that to happen, blood. And I don't know, man. Like, I think United are going to lose again, but I'm not going to lie. Like, I can just see Chelsea part 2 all over again at United right now, blood. And I'm going for a 2. I did put down 2-0, but I do think United will score. And I'm going for a 2-1 Burnley in this one. But you lot, let me know your thoughts, let me know your predictions, let me know your scores, whatever, if you agree or not. United fans, I beg you, man, stop getting in your feelings, but I'm just giving my honest opinions, innit, you get me. But you lot already know. Subscribe to Tubes TV. I'm out.